WWE has officially created the Women's Intercontinental Championship, so who is going to be the one that wins this tournament? Now, I'm mad at myself for not doing this prediction sooner so that we already didn't know one of the winners. So we'll get into the rest of the predictions, and I want to predict not only who wins, but some of the stories that they can tell in this tournament. But I'm also a little sad about the presentation of this championship. I think that they've done a great job at making that Women's United States Championship feel important. Great job over on SmackDown, but I think on Raw, they announced it on Main Event, or just before Raw, which just felt weird and random for such a big moment. And from what I see, at least in this tournament, some of the matchups just kind of seem like they're not going to have a lot of story to it. So let's try to change that in the predictions and kind of hope that they run with something like this. Like I said, that this is recorded after Raw, so we already know one of the winners, which is Dakota Kai, as she beat Shayna Baszler and Katana Chance. Once again, there wasn't a bunch of story to this. I do wish that they kind of switched Zoe and Shayna, though, so that this next matchup could be a little bit more unpredictable as we get to Zoe Stark, Raquel Rodriguez, and Kaden Carter. Obviously, we know who's winning this. It's going to be Raquel, and I think for the story, makes sense to have Raquel and Dakota go up against each other. They have that past in NXT that they can kind of build on and dive more into Damage Control and the whole Liv and Raquel feud currently. I also think Dakota Kai has a lot of love from that crowd, so that big babyface win over somebody as big as Raquel is going to be a massive pop. I definitely have Dakota making it to the finals. I would wonder if they wanted to give it to Raquel just as she is this, bigger, stronger woman. And technically, a woman has held the Intercontinental Championship before. Obviously, that was China with the Men's Intercontinental Championship. But I think if they really wanted to do it to really honor China, they would probably use Rhea Ripley for that. And this is where I say I kind of hate the matchups. Why the hell did you put Lyra, Zelina, and Ivy in the same first round matchup? Lyra has a lot of momentum right now. She almost won the Battle Royal to be the #1 contender, which so fucking sad that Io Sky is not a part of this tournament. Obviously, I understand why. She's going to be going for the world title at Saturday night's main event. But I'm so sad because if you really wanted to make it like the Workhorse Championship, which is the IC title is always regarded as like the best wrestler, the Workhorse Championship, it should go to Io. Zelina has a lot of fans as well, and I think if I had to pick one, I'd pick Zelina personally. I think that it's going to be interesting between Zelina and Lyra. I don't think that it's going to be Ivy, no diss to Ivy. But I'm going to pick Lyra for one reason. Lyra needs a story right now. She needs a character, and being a bird isn't really a character. So I hope with her coming up short at Queen of the Ring, coming up short in that Battle Royal, that she ends up coming up short and she eventually turns heel because of this tournament. She's always second best. So for the first round, Lyra ends up advancing, maybe not necessarily cheating in the process, but maybe taking advantage of what Ivy did to Zelina or what Zelina did to Ivy, kind of throwing the other person out and getting the win herself. I don't think too many people would call her heel for that. Hell, Dakota Kai just basically did the same thing, and nobody is calling her a heel. And the last first round matchup is Alba Fire, Kairi Sane, and Natalya. I hate to say this. I really, really hate to say this. My prediction is going to be Natalya. Now, it's not like I hate Natalya or anything. She's an awesome in-ring worker, and I think that there are a lot of people predicting that Natalya could win it all. I think that there's the obvious history about Natalya's family holding the Men's Intercontinental Championship, and I think that it could also lead to some kind of tension between Damage Control, as Io's going for the Women's Championship at Saturday night's main event. I imagine they have the finals at Saturday night's main event for this tournament, and Dakota could be in the finals for this tournament. What's Kairi doing? And kind of make it seem like, oh, is Kairi going to turn heel? Is she going to cost Dakota? Is she going to cost Io? Is her jealousy going to be too much? And Damage Control is once again going to be unfunctional. I think the semifinals where it's Lyra versus Natalya, that's when you really start to see Lyra kind of go towards more of a heel route. There's so many different ways that you could do this. I mean, Lyra could quite literally just pull the tights on Natalya. She could use the turnbuckle spot on Natalya. Any which way that Lyra can use to kind of cunningly defeat Natalya that make you go, oh yeah, she's turning heel and she's going to go win this tournament. And in the promos leading up to Saturday night's main event, Lyra can go, no, I don't really feel bad. I'm just trying to do whatever I can to win these matches. I've always been second place, and now I'm finally not second place, and everybody's questioning me on why I'm winning. That's weird. Why are you questioning my strategies on winning after I haven't won for so long? So in the finals, you get Dakota Kai, you get Lyra, and I think that the winner should go to Dakota Kai. I think that it should be interesting to see that Lyra cheated this entire time so that she wasn't second place, and then she's also second place again. And then moving forward, Lyra can get into a feud with Natalya, who is kind of mocking her and going, see, you're trying to take the easy way out, you're trying to take the quick way to the championship, and it's never going to work like that. And that can lead to an eventual feud down the line, I think in the next month or two, where it will be Lyra versus Becky when Becky makes her return, which I do think is going to be happening soon. This can also give Damage Control a story, as we could see Io and Kyrie win the tag team championships soon, so that we could see Damage Control hold all gold, which would just be a great image and a powerhouse group heading into WrestleMania. I also just think, if you have Dakota win, you're going to get this massive babyface pop. I think over in the United States Championship, we're probably getting either Chelsea or Naomi. And I think if Naomi ends up winning, I also think that Naomi's turning heel. So I think over in the US title, you're probably having a heel women's United States champion. So I think it also makes sense to have a babyface Intercontinental champion over on the Raw brand. And I think that most people just want to see either Dakota Kai or Zelina win the championship. So I think that they will get one of the things that they are wishing for in Dakota winning. And then Damage Control as well as Lyra all have stories going forward, which are probably the people that you want to push out of this outside of Raquel, who already is with Liv. So let me know what you guys think about this tournament. I think that they haven't done a great job at making this championship feel important, but I'm hoping at least as we get closer to the finals, we start to build some stories and it starts to feel a little bit more like the Women's United States Championship over on SmackDown. Comment your predictions down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Deuces, lads.